Hello! So, this is a video for our classmates who weren't able to attend last week sa aton nga klase about permutation and combination. So, yeah, I was supposed to give you the recordings of our lecture. Unfortunately, it wasn't that great, I think. So, we have here a video for you. Kag medyo athagon ta siya, no? So, we were talking about permutation versus combination. And here's a little intro to the difference between the both. Okay? Here we are. Permutation versus combination. And let's consider the first 5 letters of the English alphabet. So, you have A, B, C, D, and E. So, with this, guys, in this set, we have 5 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C, D, and E. So, we use the letter N to symbolize the number of elements. Kumbaga daw population siya when it comes to stat. And then, we are going to take a certain number of elements at a time. We use the letter R to symbolize that it is a sample. So, I have N and R, 5 and 3. And we are going to use our calculators. So, if you look at your calculators, no, shift, multiply, you will see NPR. So, muna, si N, dra nyo na siya i-key in, and then shift, multiply, and then write your R. And then also, at shift, divide, you will see NCR. So, that's the shortcut kung baga magamit sang permutation and combination on your calculators. But, to present you this, we are going to take 3 letters out of A, B, C, D, and E. So, ginlista ko di sila. So, for example, let's change color, no? Here, if, blue, gusto ko blue. So, for example, ang kwaon ko nga letters, first, no, would be A, B, and C. Something like that. And then, you have here A, B, C, and maybe A, B, and then, E naman, D, diba muna? And A, B, and E. So, I've listed them down here. And then maybe you move on to B, C, and D. And B, C, E. And then marotate na tayo B, C, A naman. And you have C, D, E. Tiyog tadanay C, D, A. C, D, B. Amon abalhaw. So, I can list them all in here. Pero ti madugay-dugay na chimpo, no? But, all in all, guys, by listing down all the possible rearrangements of 3 letters out of A, B, C, D, and E, makalista ko 60. Okay. And that is called your permutation. Also notice, guys, that in every set, wala sang repeat nga letter. So, you cannot see AA, B, AA, D, AA, E. You will not see that there. So, wala sang repetition, no? Galing kay. So, that is a permutation. Permutation na siya. Seal na sa inyo brain. Now, with combination, amo ni siya ang difference. So, you can see here, A, B, and C, right? You have A, B, and C here. Now, combination will not count B, C, and A anymore. Same sila nga letters, di ba? You have A, B, and C, but they are rearranged. Now, combination will not consider that. Another one, A, B, kag D. Natawag ko lang, ha? Dola. How about A, B, and E? So, A, B, and E is being considered in permutation, pero sa combination, hindi niya na ni pag-isipon si E, A, B. See? Another one, E, A, D, C, D, A. So, D, E, A is quite the same as E, A, D. So, permutation will still consider E, A, D, pero si combination, hindi na. Because of that, guys, when you use your calculators, you will notice that you will have more permutations and less combinations. Again, you will have more permutations pero less combinations. Because, mamove on ko sa next slide. Okay. Wala ko ganun. But yeah, here's what you have to think about. So, sa permutations natin, guys, ang aton nga order matters. Or the other term for that is the order is counted. So, para kay permutation, si QR, lain na siya kay RQ. Pero sa combinations, guys, order does not matter. So, para kay combination, ang order, wala niya na ginaisip. So, para sa iya, ang QR, pareho lang na Japon kay RQ. So, hindi na pag-isipon. Amo na ba lang ang paminsaron, no? May harap pagig ko dugang diri nga example. So, we have QRSP. Gusto ko mag-pick 2 letters out of the 4 letters. So, just listing down the information that we have. N is equal to 4 elements. R is equal to 2 elements taken at a time. If you use your calculators, 4P2 is equal to 12 permutations. But 4C2 is equal to 6 combinations. So, again, pili ko na kay nga hapos lang listahon. Okay? So, let's pick 2 letters out of QRSP. So, we start with QR. So, alin na siya? QS, QP, no? So, tanan na siya, isip na siya ni permutation. And we have RS, RP, and RQ. So, alin siya, oh. And then you have SP, SQSR, PQ, PRPS. Okay, so all of these are being counted in permutations. Order matters for it. Meanwhile, for combination, si QR is, let's see here. Napangita ko balaya para. So, QR is not the same as RQ. Yep. And QS. Are, yun ni pag-isipon ni combination. QP, are, yun ni pag-isipon. RS, are, hindi man isipon si RP kag si PS. Okay, bodo dagadayon mo, di ba? So for combination, amo lang ni ang iyang isipon. Just 6. Okay? So if you're wondering, okay miss, but silingon, kung permutation and combination, ang repetition hindi allowed, no? Paano ya kung repetition is allowed? So we have 2 other terms for that. We have the so-called samples. So, repetition is allowed and order matters. So, si sample, siya ni ang daw equivalent ni permutation if repetition is allowed. So, listing that down, makabutang ko di QQ, QR, QS, QP. Doon sa R naman ko makonsider. You have RR, RS, RP, RQ, and so on and so forth. Meanwhile, selections is repetition is allowed, but order does not matter. So, siya ni ang equivalent ni combination. Okay, let's look at this. PS will not be counted because of this guy, SP. So, para kay selection, di ini pag-isipon. Si PR, pareho kay RP, hindi ini isipon. SR, ariya pare, si RS. Si, ano pag yun, SQ, hindi naman pag-isipon, kaya ariya pare. So, si QS. PQ, ari siya, oh. PP, well, we don't have PP. So, you have 4, 8, oops, SP, SP. Let's see here. Or RQ. Oh, yeah, RQ. Si RQ, hindi pag-isipon because of this. So, for selections, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So, yeah, those are the terms na ginagamit if repetition is allowed. Samples and selections. But in our class, we will focus on permutations and combinations. Okay? Hopefully, nagets nyo na ang difference nila nga duha. Let's see here. So, we had 3 formulas sa aton na class last time with permutations. Again, repetition is not allowed and order is counted. 3 ways to find the permutation. We have P is equal to N factorial. Permutations of N elements ang tawag sila. We have examples later on, no? We have NPR, the one that we've been using earlier, which is equal to N factorial over N minus R factorial. You should know what N and R is at this point. It's permutations of N elements taken R at a time. So that's what we've been doing earlier. Finally, P is equal to N factorial over N1 factorial, factorial, and 2 factorial, and 3 factorial, and these are distinguishable permutation, which I think is fun. Ang hindi nga last niyo. So, let's observe, guys, no? Permutation. Actually, permutation is quite similar. No, yeah, permutation and combination, ang ilang roots will be your counting principles. So, observe. How many ways can we rearrange the vowels of the English alphabet without repetition? So, we have A, E, I, O, U. Sila ni diba ang vowels natin sa English alphabet. Okay. Sa aton nga counting principle, so we want to rearrange this without repetition. Ang himuon nato naman eh. 5 times, diba? 4 na lang bilin. So, 4. So, 3 lang bilin. 3. 2. Hasta isa na lang ang bilin. let's see, calcio, 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is equal to 120. So there are 120 ways that you can rearrange the English alphabet vowels. Yeah. But this is equivalent to permutation, which is equal to n factorial. Because remember, this is, ang yes nga n is 5 elements, and n factorial is actually equal to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which will still give you 120. Ayos. So, kung ang maning sitwasyon, if, sulat ko siya man. Given ka, let's say, 6 ka digits, how many ways can you rearrange that? 6 factorial, di ba? So, hindi ka na mag 6 times, 5 times, 4 times, 3 times. What if there are 300 people? How many ways can you assign them seats in a movie theater? Alam naman mo, 300 times 2, 9, 9 times 2, 9, 8 ka pa. So, you just use 300 factorial. Okay? That is if 5 kabilog imo nga 5 kabilog imo elements, so i-rearrange mo sila mantanan. Ayos. Meanwhile, how many 5-digit postal zip codes are there if no digits are repeated? So, just take note that there are 10 kabilog na digits. So, you have 0, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. Now, we are going to take out 5 digits out of the 10. So, R equals 5. So, with that, guys, mabalik kita to sa ginapaminsar natin kagaina nga. Before that, gali. Ang imuon natin is sundon ta ang counting principles, no? So, at first, 10 pa lang ang aton nga available. And then, out of that, nag-9 na lang. Kaya nakuhaan mo na. So, may mo na lang 8. May mo na lang 7. May mo na lang 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here already. That's 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 30,240 ways to make a 5-digit postal zip code. Okay. But what if it's a large number? Tika kapoy sumabay. So you can go ahead and use your calculator and do the NPR. Like I told you earlier, this should still give you 30,240. What if your calculator doesn't have this? We have a formula for you. So NPR, dito, are kahina. So n factorial over n minus r factorial. So, n factorial and then n minus r factorial. So, n naton was 10 factorial. N minus r is 10 minus 5 factorial. So, yeah. Let's see here. 10. Kaya naggawa rin sa klase. So, you can go ahead and just input that in your calculator. Pero may mga classmate kita nga ang calcio is not like, ano tawag sinigani? Nabalang ka, basta, dahil kabudlayan, bala mag-fraction, ha? So, kung gusto mo, manimuon mo. Kabalo ka man na 10 minus 5 is 5, di ba? So, manimuon mo, mani. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, so 5 factorial. Kaya di ba kabalo ka nga, 5 factorial is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The son, ang imo naman din nga sa dalom niya is n minus r, so 10 minus 5. That's 5 factorial. So, this will cancel out. Kalang ibutang mo lang sa calcio mo is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Pareho, Japon sa counting principles. Because of that, you will still get 3,240. So, that is how we do the permutation of n elements taken R at a time. Okay? So, let's move on to the third one. This time, here is the third type of permutation. So, the questions would look like this. How many ways can we rearrange the letters in kabangkalan? Tricky ni siya para sa inyo nga kalkyo nga kung gamiton nyo na bilang NPR because this will kind of consider, or no, it will not consider the letters A, nga 1, 2, 3, 4 ka bilog. Ang K, nga 2 ka bilog. Isa-isahon niya na abi niya, individual na siya nga mga elements. Ano na? So, since palariho ni sila, mayroon sang different nga paagi nga pagsuma sang aton nga permutation for these types of situations. So, we have n is equal to, n man yung akon, P. P is equal to n factorial over n1 factorial, n2 factorial, n3 factorial. This is called a distinguishable permutation, di ba kagayna? With that, you should write down kung ano ang imo nga mga, well, n subs, kumbaga. So, ang ato na n is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. May 10 kita ka elements de. But there are similarities. So, for n1, we will consider k, no? Ang k naton is 1, 2, 2. For N2, we have A, 1, 2, 3, 4, N3, B, isa lang, N4, may A na kita N. So, ang N natin, 2. We have K na already, we have A, and we have L. So, ang L natin, isa. Okay? With that, makasulat ka mo di 10 factorial all over. 2 factorial times 4 factorial times 1 factorial, 2 factorial, 1 factorial, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Pahigadon ko ni sila. Okay. Diyan sa gilid. Butang. Okay. Now you have 10 factorial. To shortcut this, you know that 1 factorial is just 1. So, bayan na siya. Mamultiply na siya. And then 1 factorial is 1. And then consider which is the highest factorial sa inyong denominator. So, I can see 4. Okay. So, with that, ang inyo na nga 10, pwede nyo na siya pagamayon na. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and then 4 factorial times 4 factorial times 2 factorial is just 2 times 1. So, by na that, 2 na lang na siya. And then, there's still another 2 factorial. So, 2 na lang isulat mo. Cancel na ni si 4. And then, ibutang nyo sa calculate nyo, 10 times 9 times 8 times 7, 6, 5. So, medyo madugay-dugayan ako. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 over 4. I got the answer 37,800. Okay. I-check ko lang siya kung diretsyon ko sa calculate si 10 factorial over 2 times 4 times 2. Hindi ako sa 1 ang na-Japon. So, yeah, I still got 37,800. So, you have 37,800 ways to rearrange the letters in the word kabangkalan. Okay? It will be very different kung nag-10 factorial ka lang. 10 factorial. Dako-dako. 3,628,800. Ano na. Kay, ang guasin na, meron na sa mga instances na damo ace. Letter A, down, letter K. Kay abi niya, individual na ang mga elements. But actually, they are distinguishable. Another one, Philippines. So, nasadyahan ko nga, may isip-isip ko sa mga letters. So, ang N natin dire, number of elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. May 11 kita ka elements. And 1, P, guro akong isipon. So, I have 3 letter P's. H, isa. I, 1, 2, 3, tatlo ka letter I. L, isa lang. May 2 na ka P, may I, N. And 5, N, isa. And 6, E, isa. And 7, S, isa. So, ito ko lang 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. Good. So, ang ating permutation will be equal to 11 factorial over 3 factorial. Ang 1 hindi na pag-isulat. Another 3 factorial, hindi na pag-isulat ang ibang pag-ingawan. So, what we have is 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Itong sa dalawa, 4. And then 3 factorial all over 3 factorial times 3, 2, and then 1. So you can cancel this out. This is just an option, guys. If you want, you can still go and use the maximum power of your calculator. I-check ko lang kung pareho. So 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 over 3 times 2. I have a dream. 1,108,800 ways to rearrange the letters in Philippines. Let me see if ma-factorial ko pareho lang. 11 factorial over 3 factorial times 3 factorial. Oops. Yeah, it's the same thing. 1,108,800. So, that is distinguishable permutation. Okay, let's dive into combination this time. So, just a reminder, combination means that repetition is not allowed, order does not matter, or it's not counted, and this is the formula. So, let me just move this a bit. Kaya nagwa ni siyang question sa class. So like, yeah, miss, diba, you said you're not going to tell us when to use permutation and when to use combination. So how do we determine that we are going to use combi or permu at that situation? Okay, so think about this, guys. It's usually used, combination is usually used if your elements have a certain individuality. Ito ka muna balhaw. For example, we have classmates. Anna, Becca, Chanda, and then Donna. Example lang. And then out of the 4 classmates, you will pick just 3 classmates, di ba? Now, if you're talking about permutation, it can be Anna, Becca, Chanda, and then Anna, Becca, Donna, and then Becca, Chanda, Anna, and then Becca, Donna, Anna. Di ba? Pwede na siya sa permutation. Pero di ba sa combination, ining ABC and BCA is counted as 1. And then ABD and BDA is counted as 1 in combination, di ba? Now, that means, guys, when we are trying to pick people and putting them into groups, you will want to use combination. Kaya do pariyo man nga naghatag ka list sa imong maestra, miss, gusto ko ma-intra si Ana, si Becca, si Chanda. Isun pagbasa sa inyong maestra, ay hindi ko niya kay Ana, Becca, Chanda, ya gusto ko ya Chanda, Becca, Ana. Isun tulukay ka mo sa inyong maestra, kay sila man na Japon, miss. Gani. I hope na gets nyo. Pero may amo na nga situation, no? So, gamay na siya nga clue that if you're looking at examples like these, wherein, kumbaga, we are talking about people putting them in groups, and then, from our counting principles na class, we were talking about foods and flavors ng muffins, flavors ng cake, di ba? Muna. So, you can go ahead and use combination. Okay. For example, how many committees of 7 women can be formed from a group of 25 women? So, once you pick those people and arrange them in a certain way, hindi nyo na pag-isipon ng ibang pang arrangement, ha? Combination na niya for sure. So, you can put in your calculator the NCR thing. So, ang N natin is 25. Combination ng R natin is 7. So, with that, let's see. 25 and then C7 is equal to 480,700. So, these are the number of possible committees na ma-arrange mo ni sila. Otherwise, if your calculator does not allow you to do this, you can go ahead and use the formula n factorial times n minus r factorial times r factorial. So, n natin is 25 factorial. You have 25 minus 7 factorial, and then r is 7 factorial. You have 25 minus 7 is 18. So, 18 factorial, 7 factorial. Okay. Remember, pick the bigger numbers in your denominator. So, you have 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, and then 18 factorial. And then, oops, we have 18 factorial times 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1, you know what that means. So, 18 cancel out, kag pwede mo na siya input sa imong calculator, actually himon ko na subong 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19 over 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And I still got the same answer. 480,700 committees that you may make out of 25 women. Okay? Here, the next example is going to be a mix of combination and counting principles. It's because of the term, where was it? And. Wala ko pa na-highlight. And lang ang percent gamit ko. So, taon-taon paano na siya mo. A company wants to hire 6 women and 3 men. In how many ways can the choice be made if 9 women and 5 men applied? Okay. So, from here on, you know that this is combination. Kaya diba? Tawong yung istoryahan. So, let's consider women first. So, sa women na ton, mira kita N is equal to 9. And then, R is just 6. So, out of the 9 women, 6 na ang kwaunta. And then, men ang sunod. So, out of the 5 men, ang kwaon is 3 men. So, also, we have this word here, and. So, this becomes 9C6. Diba sa aton nga counting principles ang and, multiply. So, this becomes 5C3. Okay. So, let me grab my calculator and NCR. Okay. Times 5C3. It's 840. So, there are 840 ways that the company can hire 6 women and 3 men out of 9 women and 5 men. Because of this, guys, conclusion na gamay, we will still be using the terms and or. I think we have screenshots of the class sa ating group chat. So, you can go ahead and check that. Pero, mana siya. So, I hope that you understand the difference between combination and permutation.